What is up, YouTube? It's your girl Evelyn, and today I'll be highlighting some of your favorite lesbian coming-of-age films. And quick shout out to everyone who shared their favorites over on the community tab. Some of the films I've already covered in past videos, so make sure to check out the description box for those links. I'm also working on a video about 90s lesbian films, so if your favorite coming-of-age is from the 90s, be on the lookout for that video. So sit back, enjoy the video, and make sure to let me know which lesbian coming-of-age film is your favorite. Based on a novel of the same name, The Miseducation of Cameron Post just might be my favorite film on the list. It's set in the 90s and directed by my girl, Desiree Akhavan, who you might remember from the hilarious and underrated Appropriate Behavior.
Why is there only one bed?
It's European and thrifty. Also in the movie Beaches, these two best friends shared a bed, and it was very inexpensive.
The Miseducation of Cameron Post is about Cameron Post, a gay teen who gets caught in a compromising position with another girl and is forced to attend a gay conversion therapy camp.
Her name was Coley. We were in the same Bible study. What was she like? She was perfect.
And although The Miseducation of Cameron Post is a little more serious than that other movie about gay conversion therapy, it's not all doom and gloom. There's jokes, there's sex, and there's even 4 non-blondes. I think the best thing about this film is its watchability, because, let's be honest, gay conversion therapy is a difficult subject, and people tend to shy away from movies about things that are, f***ing awful. The Miseducation of Cameron Post is sensitive to the topic, but still enjoyable to watch. Also, the film's ending doesn't make you wanna, turn into a bird. I cannot recommend this movie highly enough, and you can stream The Miseducation of Cameron Post completely free on Pluto TV or check it out on Amazon Prime. Princess Sid is a strangely soothing coming-of-age film about Sydney, an enigmatic 16-year-old who, while spending the summer with her fancy writer aunt, explores her sexuality with an adorable barista.
You new to town?
I'm visiting my aunt.
I'm Katie.
Sid.
Princess Sid is one of those slice-of-life type films that has no real agenda. It doesn't build up to anything, the conflict is super low stakes, and it low-key feels like a self-aware after-school special.
It is not a handicap to have one thing but not another. To be one way and not another.
Princess Sid is an angst-free, feel-good, first-time queer coming-of-age. It's the film equivalent of sitting on your back porch, drinking a cup of tea, and watching the sunset, which might not be the most compelling way to spend your time, but it's still pretty nice. You can currently stream Princess Sid for free on Tubi TV, and it's also available on Hulu.
Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shit. Post me a pic, finna make me a profit.
If Mean Girls and Superbad conceived a baby while John Hughes watched, that baby would be Booksmart.
Next year, every time I come to visit you, you're gonna be scissoring a different girl.
Dude, scissoring is not a thing.
Don't knock it until you've tried it. Don't knock it until you've tried it.
Amy and Molly are best friends who spent their high school years so focused on academic achievement that they forgot to have fun. So the night before graduation, they finally cut loose and hilarious shenanigans ensue.
Well, this seems excessive. Shotgun. Just kidding. I don't have one.
I love Booksmart because even though it embodies a ton of teen movie stereotypes, it also subverts a few. Like, Amy is gay, and Molly isn't. But Amy doesn't harbor secret romantic feelings for Molly. And it's honestly refreshing to see a gay lady being friends with a non-gay lady without having to pine over her.
Bye. I love you.
Love you. Bye. Go make those tampons, girl.
I will. Bye.
Bye.
Booksmart is ridiculous, over the top, and hysterical. And if you're one of the 3 people who haven't watched it yet, you can catch it currently streaming on Hulu. The half of it is a funny and heartwarming. I just remembered I recapped this whole ass movie over a year ago, so feel free to check it out if you haven't. The Half of It is a funny and heartwarming lesbian rom-com from the queen of funny and heartwarming lesbian rom-coms, Alice Wu.
You talked to your mother about us? Does she know we have sex?
No, Will, she thinks we conjugate Latin verbs.
Ellie Chu is a clever and enterprising teenager with a lucrative, if not illicit, paper writing side hustle. When good guy Paul hires her to write a love letter to his crush, Aster, a drop-dead gorgeous, extremely popular girl who reads serious literature and has a great personality.
Really?
Of course, Ellie falls for Aster, while Aster is falling for Paul. I mean, Aster is falling for Ellie, pretending to be Paul. Meanwhile, Paul is falling for everyone. Apparently.
You can get it, you can get it, you can get it, you can get it.
The Half of It is a modern-day take on the 1897 play Cyrano de Bergerac, which you could read if you wanted more context, or you could just watch Roxanne. Same difference, probably. The Half of It is bittersweet, charming, and awkward, which is everything I think a good coming-of-age rom-com should be. And I love that the ending isn't the typical happily ever after. It feels more realistic to the situation. After all, Ellie did straight-up catfish Aster.
I give it to you. You got me there.
If you haven't caught The Half of It yet, you can check it out on Netflix. Sweetheart is a coming-of-age dramedy about AJ, a socially awkward 17-year-old who, while vacationing with her family, becomes captivated by a beautiful local lifeguard who seems to be AJ's complete opposite.
I've never seen anyone wear so many clothes to the beach.
Girls like you always have boyfriends.
Girls like me.
Why can't you just say it? Say what?
The trailer for Sweetheart is quirky, funny, and heartfelt, and hopefully the movie lives up to it. If you live in the UK, you can check out Sweetheart on September 24th, and hopefully the rest of us will be able to watch it sometime later this year or next. My First Summer is a semi-sweet, coming-of-age film about the fledgling romance between Claudia, a 16-year-old who's been hidden away from society, and Grace, another 16-year-old who's, normal.
So no one knows you exist.
You do.
I like spending time with you here. I'll help you through it. 3, 2, 1.
I reviewed My First Summer back in April, but it still hasn't been widely released. I thought it was a touching and poignant film and well worth the watch. So if you have access to watch it legally, please do so, and hopefully it'll get picked up by more distributors. Tahara is a film I want to put on everyone's radar a little early. It won't be released until sometime next year, but it is still making the film festival rounds. Tahara is about the toxic relationship between Carrie, a queer teenager, and Hannah, her straight best friend.
Why are you looking at me like that? Stop.
Kiss me.
What? No.
Do it.
No.
Please. I need to know if I'm like the worst kisser in the world.
Tahara is a bit on the experimental side. It was filmed in vertical video format, so it's kind of like watching a super long Instagram story. There's also some claymation thrown in for some reason. Tahara won't be for everyone, but I think the people it's for will absolutely love it. Another coming of age that has yet to be widely released is Cocoon. The film follows Nora, a shy 14-year-old, as she falls in love, learns to become more assertive, and navigates her first heartbreak.
Wer ist denn das?
Das ist die Neue aus der Nachbarsklasse. Heißt Romy oder so.
Depending on where you live, you might be able to stream Cocoon online, and hopefully it will soon be available in more places. That is it for the list. I want to give a quick shout out to my newest patrons, Isalis and Other Side 717. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.